Very good afternoon, dear students. Today we are going to discuss the next topic mentioned in your syllabus, that is pH and its measurement and preparation of buffer solution. In the last class we have discussed the acids and bases and buffers. There we have discussed what do you mean by an acid, what do you mean by base, what are buffers, various types of buffers, and the relation between the pH, buffer and acid, that is Henderson-Hasselbalch equation. And in this class we are going to discuss about the pH. So pH is generally used to specify the acidic condition or alkaline or basic condition of an aqueous solution. So the pH neutral means that is 7. Okay, the pH value, if it is 7, we can call it as neutral. Below this value 7, that is low pH value than 7, that is known as a low pH, that is acidic condition. And the pH value above 7, that is known as alkaline condition or basic pH. And generally the universal solvent water we have discussed in the previous class. Okay, sp3 hybridization, we have seen all the characteristic feature of a water. Water can act as both an acid and a weak base. Okay, so the pH of water, it is neutral. That means to say the pH is approximately 7. Okay, and they are either basic or acidic. Okay, and in biochemistry the pH has got a lot of importance. So many biochemical reactions are defined in terms of the pH, and the pH can be called as the concentration of hydrogen ion. Okay, the hydrogen ion concentration, and there are a lot of studies has been conducted based on this concept, hydrogen ion concentration. In generally, so many studies they have pointed out the hydrogen ion concentration is known as pH. But in 1909, a Dutch biochemist called Sorensen, he called it as pH is the negative logarithm to the base 10 of hydrogen concentration. pH may be defined as, this is the negative logarithm to the base 10 of hydrogen ion concentration. Okay, that is pH is a logarithmic scale for expressing the hydrogen ion concentration. The pH can be expressed in terms of negative logarithmic concentration of hydrogen ion concentration. Okay, so here you can see the scientist Sorensen, the great Dutch scientist. He studied a lot about the hydrogen ion concentration, that is pH. Then according to Sorensen, pH of any solution may be defined as, this is the negative logarithm of the concentration of hydrogen ion. That means to say concentration in moles per liter concentration of hydrogen ion. So that is pH is equal to, the formula is pH is equal to, we have seen that pH is equal to log 1 by concentration of H plus. Okay, so log 1 by concentration of H plus, that is equal to minus of log concentration of H plus. That is what I told. The negative logarithm to the base 10 of hydrogen ion concentration. Say for example, the water at 25 degree centigrade, water is a neutral solution which is a 25 degree centigrade, in which the concentration of hydrogen ion is 1 into 10 raised to minus 7 molar, and the pH, how will you calculate? Okay, please note the question. The concentration of hydrogen ion in the case of a water is 1 into 10 raised to minus 7 molar. Then how will you calculate the pH of that particular solution? Okay, here we are having the formula pH is equal to logarithm into 1 by 1 into 10 raised to minus 7. Okay, so that means to say logarithm of 10 raised to concentration of H plus. Okay, so that what is that concentration? 1 into 10 raised to minus 7 molar. So just you substitute this particular value. Okay, log into 1 by 1 into 10 raised to minus 7, that is equal to that of log into 1 into 10 raised to 7. Okay, so you know that log A into B format is this. So log A into B in mathematics, you know that log A plus log B. So log 1 plus log 10 raised to 7. Log 1 is 0, log 10 raised to 7 is 7. So 0 plus 7 is 7. So that means to say the pH of a neutral solution of water is 7. Then how will you calculate the pH? The pH can be calculated. Okay, to calculate the pH of the solution, calculate the hydrogen ion concentration. You always calculate the hydrogen ion concentration, that is concentration of H plus, and calculate the base 10 of logarithm of H plus. First you calculate the hydrogen ion concentration, then you calculate the base 10 logarithm of H plus. Okay, then the pH you need to get it as a negative value. pH is a negative logarithm to the base 10 of hydrogen ion concentration. For example, we have seen the pure water. There is a formula pH is equal to minus of log into H plus. Okay, negative logarithm to the base 10 of hydrogen ion concentration. Okay, that means to say minus of log into what is this H plus concentration, that is 10 raised to minus 7, minus log into 10 raised to minus 7, that is equal to, this minus symbol is here, minus of log 10 raised to minus 7 is minus 7. Okay, so minus of minus 7. So 2 minus is there, that will become plus. So plus 7. Okay, so the pH of pure water is plus 7. That is what we told, it is a neutral. Then in order to calculate the pH, we should know some important fact, that is the number of hydrogen ion present in a solution is a measure of the acidity of the solution. So if you talk about H plus ion, that is proton. Okay, so the proton, the substance they are able to, we have discussed in the previous class. Okay, what is mean by an acid? Okay, that is a measure of H plus ion. Okay, so that is a measure of H plus ion, the measure of the acidity of the solution. Then the hydrogen ion concentration is a measure of the amount of dissociated acid than the amount of acid. Okay, the amount of dissociated acid. We have seen that an acid HA will be dissociated as H plus plus A minus. Okay, then there are two types of acid, weak acid and a strong acid. Okay, in the case of strong acid, the strong acid will be dissociate more rapidly and freely than the weak acid. They will be dissociate more fast. Okay, say for example the hydrochloric acid H plus HCl, that will be dissociate as H plus plus Cl minus. The hydrochloric acid H plus HCl is dissociate as H plus plus Cl minus. And weak acid, that is dissociate very less, they have a very less tendency to dissociate, that is less freely than the strong acid. Example is carbonic acid H2CO3. Carbonic acid will be dissociate as H plus plus CO3 minus, that is HCO3 minus. Okay, and the alkalinity of a solution is mainly depending upon the number of hydroxyl ion. Okay, acidity is mainly depend upon the H plus ion, and the alkalinity of the solution is depend on number of hydroxyl or OH minus ion. So water is a neutral solution which is consisting of one H plus and one OH minus. Okay, so one positive charge and one negative charge species, they come closer and they neutralize each other. So ultimately the end outcome is 0. Okay, and how will you develop the pH? The scale, then developing of the pH, the universal solvent water is considered as the standard. We will discuss that. So here you can see the pH scale. So pH scale is the scale that determines the pH. The pH starting 0 to pH 14. pH 7 is the neutral. Okay, and pH 0, pH 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 till this is acidic. Okay, and 7, more than 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 and 14, this is basic. Okay, so here the molarity of H plus ion, in the case of 10 raised to, that is 1, 10 raised to 0, the pH is 0 and the hydroxyl ion is full. If the H plus ion is very less, the hydroxyl ion is full. Okay, so 10 raised to minus 14. So the POH is the 10 raised to, that is minus 40, that is 40. Then the pH is 0, the what is the OH concentration? That is 40. The pH is 1, the OH concentration, the POH is 30. Okay, pH is 2, then the OH POH concentration is 12. Okay, and the pH, then the here it is H plus is minus 3. Okay, pH 10 raised to minus 3, pH 3, that is the POH is 7. Then similarly and so on. Finally, pH 10 raised to minus 13, the pH 13, that is the OH minus ion is 10 raised to minus 1 and the POH is 1. Okay, 10 raised to minus 14, that is 14, the molarity is 10 raised to 0, that is 1, that is pH is 0. So you are knowing that the pH is equal to negative logarithm the base 10 of hydrogen ion concentration. Similarly, the POH is equal to negative logarithm to the base 10 of OH minus concentration. So total we can see, total it is 40. So the pH plus POH, that is 40. Okay, here you can see the pH 0. Example, you can see the concentration of hydrogen ion compared to distilled water. Okay, because I told you the standard is water. Okay, so the pH 0 is battery water, pH 1 hydrochloric acid, it's a strong acid, lemon juice or vinegar, 2, okay, grape juice, okay, 3, okay, tomato juice, that is 4, and coffee 5, okay, urine, okay, 6, okay, and the pure water, that is 7, and the sea water, that is 8, the baking soda, okay, that is 9, then the salt lake, okay, that is 10, ammonia, that is 11, soap, that is 12, okay, bleaching powder, that is 13, and finally liquid drain cleaner, okay, that is 40. Okay, this is the way how will you check the pH scale. So this measurement starting from the acidic, high acid means that is you will be getting a red color, and pure, that is neutral, that is blue, and here you can see the acid, that is the purple in color. Okay, then the pH scale always a logarithmic value, it is not an arithmetic value. Okay, so if you apply the term pH to the ionic product, the expression of the pure water. Okay, so you can see that the pH is equal to the concentration of H plus into concentration of OH minus, that is known as water. Okay, the value of H plus is 1 into the concentration of OH minus, that is 14. Okay, here you can see that is, here you can see the H plus ion is 1. Okay, and this thing is 40. Okay, 10 raised to 0, that is 1, and 10 raised to minus 14, it is 40. Okay, 10 raised to 0, that is 1, 10 raised to minus 14 is 40. On taking the logarithm on both the sides, you can see, okay, here concentration of H plus, that is log H plus, you know that negative logarithm to the base 10 of hydrogen ion concentration, what is that? Log H plus. Here also when you taking the log either both side, into become plus. Okay, because log A into log B is nothing but log A and B. Okay, so that you know, okay, log H plus plus log OH minus, and here also log 1 into 10 raised to minus 4. Okay, so log 1 plus log 10 raised to minus 40. Okay, log 1 is 0. Okay, log 10 raised to minus 14 is we have already seen, that is 40. Okay, so here you have seen actually. Okay, so that is 14. So that is total answer is minus 14. So and we multiply by minus 1, you can see negative of logarithm of H plus minus log OH minus, that is equal to this minus become plus because we are adding minus here. Okay, if you now define negative logarithm to the base 10 of OH minus as per the POH definition similar to that of the pH, we can express relating the pH and POH, that is equal to pH plus POH, that is 40. Okay, the pH plus POH, that is 40. That is what I have told you. Okay, now how will you measure the pH? Okay, the pH measurement is very important in the case of biological science. One of the most important and frequently used procedure for in biochemistry. So in biochemistry, pH is very important, and the measurement of pH of the blood is very common. When you test the blood, they will measure the pH. Similarly, when you test the urine, okay, so they will measure the pH, okay, are very much common. Okay, there are two important conditions. One is known as acidosis, another one is alkalosis. Okay, what do you mean by acidosis? If the pH of blood is very lower than the normal value 7, that is generally the blood has a value of 7 to 7.4, that is 7.4. Less than that particular value, the pH will become closer to 0 or 1 or 2, that is known as acidosis. Then the pH that is near to 1 means acidic condition, and this condition is known as acidosis. Similarly, just opposite alkalosis, the pH of the blood is higher than that of the normal condition, neutral or 7.4. Okay, so you will be having 7.4 to 40. Then what you will be getting? Alkalosis. So that condition is known as the alkaline condition, that is a alkalosis. And how will you measure the pH? Simply in the laboratory, we can use a simple pH paper, that is known as litmus pH paper. That is pH paper. It is a filter paper that is treated with the neutral water soluble in dye. Okay, the pH paper is used as an indicator. Here you can see, as we have seen this particular indicator, the pH 1 is, pH 0 is red in color, and decreasing yellow, green, slight greenish blue, then finally blue, neutral blue. Then you will be having the violet, then close to magenta and maroon. Okay, that is the alkaline condition. So similarly, you will be having the same thing here. Okay, so what you have to do is, in your laboratory, you will be having the pH paper. Which solution you wanted to check the pH, just cut a small paper, and you should not handle in your by using your hand. You using a forceps, you handle it, and you just dip this particular filter paper to the solution what you wanted to check the pH, and you will be immediately, you can see that color is turning. Okay, depending on the pH, and you cross related with this color what is available in the standard. And exactly, if this particular color, say your pH is the color of the filter paper is exactly this particular color, then you can see the pH is very much close to acid level. Okay, and you can see acid level, and here it is clearly given what is the value. And if the pH of the solution, once you dip the solution, if it is close to the violet or Prussian, it is maroon, then it is close to more and more acidic. Okay, so more and more basic, then the pH is basic in nature. So this is known as the pH paper. Then the pH you can consider by using an electronic device also, that is known as pH meter. This is a simple instrument. It is a scientific instrument that has a hydrogen ion activity in a water based solution, indicating the acidity or a basicity, which express as a pH. Okay, so it is a scientific instrument which measure the hydrogen ion concentration from the solution. Okay, so it has a, then it measures the difference between the electric potential. Okay, it measures the difference between electric potential between the pH electrode and the reference electrode. Okay, and the difference in the electric potential related with the acidity or the basicity or the pH of the solution. Okay, this is a structure. You can see the pH meter, single pH meter is a bulb. You can see this is the electrode. Okay, this is the standard electrode, and this is the test electrode. Okay, so where you have to touch the solution. Okay, and this has got a bulb junction actually. Okay, bulb membrane. Okay, another tube you can see, this is a reference electron. Okay, so this is a control. Okay, just to dip the solution, just to dip this particular pH electrode to the solution what you wanted to check the pH. Then you can see the full photograph. Here you can see it is connected to a solution. It is just dipped, and when you are dipping, immediately there is a circuit. Okay, there is a meter. Here you can see digital display, and you can display here what is the pH over here, and this is known as the pH meter. This is a digital devices. Commonly you are using in a microbiology laboratory, we can use it. Okay, this is an excellent. These are the two important methods. One is simple method using a filter paper, litmus pH filter paper. Then you are having the pH meter. Then the next one is the preparation of the buffer. Okay, how will you prepare the buffer? So you know that we have discussed what do you mean by buffer. Okay, in the previous class we have discussed buffer is a chemical solution which resists in the change in pH when you are adding the acid or alkali. It has an equal concentration of acid and equal concentration of base. Okay, so how will you prepare a buffer? Okay, and the relation between the pH, the pKa and the acid and base, that is known as Henderson-Hasselbalch equation. We have discussed in the previous class. Okay, and there are three important methods we can prepare the buffer solution for pH measurement. The first one is so here you prepare a solution with an acid and its conjugative base. Okay, so I told you buffer is nothing but a mixture of an acid and a conjugative base. By dissolving the acid, form the the buffer in approximately 60% of the volume of water required to obtain the final solution volume. So prepare the solution with an acid and its conjugative base. How will you do that? By dissolving the buffer is in an approximately 60% of the volume in water required to obtain a final concentration of the volume. Then measure the pH. Okay, then measure the pH of the solution by using a pH meter. Okay, or a probe. Okay, the pH can be adjusted upon the desired value using strong base. If the pH is less, you can add alkali. Okay, and it will become more and more alkaline. Okay, then the pH is less, what you can do is you can add acid. Okay, then if the buffer made with a base and its conjugative acid, the pH can be adjusted using strong acid like HCl. Okay, I told you the pH can be adjusted desired volume by using a base. Okay, but the buffer is made with a base, then what you can do, the pH you can adjust by using acid. The buffer is made up with an alkali, then you can adjust with the acid, and the buffer is made up with an acid, you can adjust with the alkali. So once the pH is correct, dilute the solution to the final desired volume. This is the first method. And the second method, similarly you prepare the solution of both acid form and the base form of the solution, and both must contain the same buffer concentration. I told you. Okay, so the pH of acetic acid, okay, acetic acid and sodium acid. Acetic acid is the acid, the sodium acid is the base actually. Okay, both things you can mix in an equal quantity. Okay, to get the final buffer, add one solution to the other and monitor the pH. Okay, then the third method is based on the Henderson-Hasselbalch equation. Determine the exact amount of acid and its conjugative base needed to make the buffer of a particular pH by Henderson-Hasselbalch equation. That is, here you can see the pH is equal to pKa plus logarithm of concentration of acceptor divided by the concentration of donor. Okay, the ratio of the proton acceptor to that of the proton donor. Okay, so here you can see the general titration curve that is used to calculate the buffer in the case of using Henderson-Hasselbalch equation. Here along the x-axis you can see the pKa value is taken x-axis, and the y-axis the ratio of the conjugate base to the conjugate acid is taken. So initially when the pKa values increases, okay, what will happen? The ratio of the conjugative base to the conjugate acid will be slowly increases, okay, and very less increase with the pKa value, and once it is started saturating, then there is an equal amount of addition. Okay, quickly it will increase. Okay, and once it is become saturated, then it will become stabilized in the form of an equilibrium. Okay, so that is the final concentration. So this is the general titration curve that is required to study the buffer preparation. Then here you can see the examples of a buffer. Say for example acetic acid, I told you any acid, the buffer means It's a weak acid and this conjugate base. Okay, acetic acid, this is a buffer. If I wanted to tell you acetic acid buffer, it should have a acetic acid, undissociated acetic acid and the dissociated conjugate base, CH3COOH and the CH3COO minus. Okay, similarly propionic acid, CH3CH2COOH, okay, plus CH2COO minus. H plus is gone, that is why it is an acid. Okay, pyruvic acid, CH3COOH, okay, CH3COO minus. Okay, phosphoric acid, H3PO4, okay, H2PO4 minus. Okay, dihydrogen phosphate, okay, H2PO4 minus, then HPO4 minus. Okay, monohydrogen phosphate, okay, HPO4 minus and PO4 minus. Okay, ammonium, NH4 plus NH3. Okay, carbonic acid, okay, H2CO3 is an acid and the conjugative base is HCO3 minus, and so on. This is a mixture of both the things. You can call it as a buffer. Okay, now what is the Ka and pKa value of this weak acid? This is very much essential for the calculation of the problems. Okay, the formic acid, the formula is HCOOH and the Ka value is 1.78 into 10 raised to minus 4 and the pKa value is 3.75. If you apply the formula, you will be getting the same thing. Acetic acid CH3COOH, this is the formula, and the Ka value in molar 1.73 into 10 raised to minus 5. So the pKa value is 7.6, and you can see similarly ammonia, okay, this is the formula 5.62 into 10 raised to minus 10, and you can see the pKa value is 9.25 is the pKa value. Similarly, you are having so many examples. Carbonic acid H2CO3 1.70 into 10 raised to minus 4 and the pKa value is 3.77. Okay, this is simply applying the formula. Okay, so now how will you prepare a buffer solution? By taking an acetic acid buffer, you can explain. Okay, a solution, how will you prepare acetic acid buffer? There you mix 0.100 molar acetic acid, that is CH3COOH, and 0.1 molar, 0.100 molar sodium acetate. Okay, I told you acetic acid is nothing but is a mixture of CH3COOH and conjugate basis CH3COO minus. Okay, so both the things are known as a buffer. Okay, so here sodium acetate is completely soluble and which is dissociated, CH3COO Na CH3COO, that is sodium acetate. Okay, to dissociate as Na plus plus CH3COO minus. Okay, then this is the before dissociation and after dissociation. Then acetic acid CH3COOH is dissociated as, okay, H3O, hydronium ion plus CH3COOH, okay, COO minus. Okay, and if you are having these two mixture, an acid and a conjugate base, that is known as a buffer. Okay, so the Ka value is nothing but, here you can see the Ka value, you can see here. Okay, acetic acid is 1.74. Okay, so here it is 1.8. Okay, this is round up, this particular value they have round up. Okay, and you can see 1.8 into 10 raised to minus 5, that is equal to the concentration of this parameter H3O plus into concentration of CH3COO, this one, whole divided by the concentration of CH3COOH, that is the formula. Okay, so you will be getting a value that. Okay, then what is the value? So this is what the example. Okay, calculate the pH of a buffer solution of preparing by mixing 25 centimeter cube of 0.1 molar ethanoic acid, that is acetic acid, with 25 centimeter cube of 0.110 millimolar of sodium ethanoate or sodium acetate, this one, and the Ka of sodium acetate is 1.8 into 10 raised to minus 5. So you should calculate the pH of the buffer solution. This is a common problem that they will be asking in the university examination like this. First you should write the Kendallson-Hasselbalch equation. Okay, so you are knowing that the pH is equal to pKa plus log concentration of salt into concentration of acid, that is concentration of proton acceptor divided by concentration of proton donor. Proton donor is acid, proton acceptor is a base or salt. Okay, so just the pH is equal to minus, what is pKa? That is nothing but minus of log into Ka value. Okay, what is the Ka? P means that is negative logarithm. Okay, what is this Ka? We can see that 1.8 in 10 raised to minus 5. Okay, that is substitute the value here. minus of log into 1.8 into 10 raised to minus 5 plus this plus log into what is the log concentration of salt? What is the concentration of salt? 0.10 molar. Okay, 0.10. And the concentration of acid. What is that acid? Okay, salt is a sodium ethanoate, sodium acid, that is 0.10. What is acid? Acetic acid. What is the concentration? 0.10. Okay, that is log into 0.10 divided by 0.10. So then you will be having the value. If you summarize, if you look at the logarithmic table and summarize the equation, you will be getting a value of 4.74. Okay, the pH is 4.74. Okay, so that is what I wanted to tell you. Okay, so the pH is 4.74. Okay, the pH is 4.74. Then here we have seen the pH is equal to pKa. Okay, or pOH is to pKb. Okay, this is the formula. So there are several chances that in semester and examination they will ask this particular question. Okay, it's very easy. Okay, so that's all about what do you mean by pH, how will you calculate the pH, how will you measure the pH, and how will you prepare the buffer. Okay, so today we can conclude. Okay, so today we have discussed the introductory concept of hydrogen and concentration of pH, Sorensen's concept. Okay, what do you mean by pH scale, how will you calculate the pH, what do you mean by pH scale, how will you measure the pH. There are two methods, one is the litmus paper and the pH meter. Okay, and how will you prepare the pH buffer solution. Okay, then general titration curve, how it is a titration curve of a weak acid and a weak base in order to prepare a buffer. Okay, so we have discussed the example, how will you calculate the pH of any type of buffer. Okay, by using Henderson-Hasselbalch equation. So this is all about today's class. Okay, this is our textbook. Mainly I have referred Lehninger principle of biochemistry as I told in the previous class. These are the reference book. You can have a copy of this. Okay, and thank you very much for watching this particular class. If you are having any clarification about the pH or pKa or any concept, acid bases, okay, or Henderson-Hasselbalch kinetics, okay, preparation of pH, okay, and how will you measure the pH, if you are having any clarification you can ask me. So thank you very much. Have a great learning.